Warning! The following podcast includes spicy content. This level of heat may not be intended for all audiences. No, but seriously, it's hot. Like, spicy. I mean, we might chew food for like 10 seconds, but we don't really swear. And it's not actually dirty. We just talk about hot chicken. So if you like it XXX hot, welcome to the Hot Chicks Podcast. Hello, friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Hot Chicks Podcast, a spicy pilgrimage to Nashville's fried chicken phenomenon. I am Alex Tinker, and I'm joined this week again by my co-host and partner in crime, Mr. Gregory Gillespie. Greg, how are you today?
Good.
We
got a lot to talk about.
We got so much to talk about. Are you, I don't ask this often, but I don't know if they are, do you think that the audience is ready for what we're about to talk about?
I think they are ready because I think this is probably really new information to them.
Okay.
And potentially Lily's was pretty new for them. But I think we are about to just drop down some really interesting new hot chicken facts. What's the word? And it is bird.
I mean, I'm also
going to Gallatin, Tennessee.
I'm gonna say I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. Get it? Yes. Okay.
Oh,
there it is. There it is.
Well, they don't get it.
They don't yet because, ladies and gents, friends, folks, fellow fried chicken fanatics, I would like to go ahead and tell you a little bit about today's wonderful, wonderful journey. And to some of you who are only familiar with Nashville, Tennessee, you may not be hyper familiar with this location, and that's okay. But I do want to make sure that I give it the credit that it deserves. We made about a 35 to 40 minute drive pilgrimage out of the city of Nashville. Now, Gregory,
I did,
made the drive. I live in Gallatin, Tennessee at this point in time.
Let me give you some context.
Please do.
So, Alex has a beautiful wife named Jordan, and Jordan and Alex are expecting their very first daughter, child at all, actually, and that is any moment now.
That's correct.
And so
this is time stamping this episode right now because this episode might come out, in a few weeks.
Correct.
And the baby may be here by now. So
the baby better be here.
It will definitely be here.
So
yes.
We weren't sure actually what was going to happen tonight after the hot chicken, if that was going to induce Jordan's labor, but so far so good. So anyway, we were deciding to do something on this side of town and to do an episode on this side of town. But there were some places in Hendersonville we thought we might hit. However, Alex found something that even I did not know about.
It was possibly the greatest mistype that I've come across on Google Maps. And I say that because I was not anticipating finding any hot chicken in Gallatin, Tennessee tonight, because for anybody who's not familiar, Gallatin is not really it's not really a bustling metropolis, and even
it's growing.
It is very much. Urban sprawl has kind of made its way into Gallatin, much like it has Spring Hill and Columbia and everything of the sort. But it is the northeast counterpart of Nashville, so it's about 40 minutes outside of the city if there's traffic. But it's on the opposite side from Nashville. Nashville is on one side. Then Hendersonville, which everyone is familiar with, obviously, because of Johnny Cash and all of the country Opry stars that lived in Hendersonville. And then a little bit past that is Gallatin, Tennessee, up here in Sumner County. And here's why I say this. By any stretch of the mind, it appears very agrarian. And for anybody that doesn't know what that is, agrarian is it could appear very farm community.
I'm glad you explained that because I didn't know if you're making fun of me.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
That was just big words. It's the word of the day on Wordle. What are you doing on your phone right now?
I'm sending you the waiver.
Oh, you got the way. Okay. Well, hey, spoilers. I thought you were playing Temple Run. So
Is that a future sponsor?
that's it. Maybe at this point in time,
they like their sponsorships.
That's moving on. So I found the greatest mistype. I just typed hot chicken around me, and ladies, gents, friends, folks, fellow fried chicken fanatics. There is a 6 minutes away from where I am, 9 minutes away from where I am. There is, quite frankly, my favorite hot chicken that we have had to date. And that is not a joke.
Big words.
Big words will be followed up. So it is, ladies and gents, and I say this very, very, very accurately, it is Fowl Play. And obviously, Fowl Play is going to be Fowl, like a bird, Fowl Play. And if you make your way to the restaurant, which I very much hope that you do, you will find that it's not a large building. It is a very, very tight,
very small parking
very
lot.
small. And I believe it only had 3 4 tops on each side, so 6 4 tops of seating. Not a big location, but here's why it's important, and if I may, I'm going to be very bold with this. I wholeheartedly believe that the food that is being prepared at Fowl Play, okay, might actually be the best, most hands-on, handmade, and crafted recipes that we have eaten yet to date on the show. What do you think, Greg?
To date? Possibly, when you consider everything on their menu, which is a big menu.
It's bigger than we both anticipated.
Yeah, it's a big menu. So obviously with the name, let's get into the baseball references.
Please.
It's baseball themed, which I actually love baseball. And they had 2 TVs that had college baseball on while we were there, and they had jerseys all around. It's definitely everything on the menu is kind of a baseball pun. We ordered the Grand Slam. We'll tell you what that is in a moment, but basically it was our entire order of what we would normally get. And the heat levels are single, double, triple, home run, and so
don't forget they're stealing third.
Oh, right. Stealing third is like in between.
It's
like the extra hot.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah. And also, Greg, can you talk a little bit about spice levels on this real quickly? Because I got a little bit.
We got double.
We got second base.
Everything was second base that we ordered, which was supposed to be like their hot, and definitely a solid hot. Didn't leave me wanting more. Didn't leave me wanting less. Solid, good heat level. That's kind of the baseline. If you're ordering hot at Prince's, you're probably gonna order. Is that their website?
That's their website.
Wow,
yeah.
They've got some video. Man, how did this place just fly
under the radar? I was thinking the same thing.
So they said they've been open since October 2023.
2023, correct.
Okay, before we go any further, we have to talk about Grace.
We do, but real quickly.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna go into a deep rabbit hole about Chef.
Okay, because that was our first impression,
and that's
before we tried the food.
And here's the thing: I want to make sure, but I want to give them a shout out where they currently are, where people can find them. Okay. So, just to give y'all a very quick heads up, Fowl Play Hot Chicken is located at 425 West Eastland Street. So that is West space Eastland, EASTLAND space, and then Avenue. And that's going to be Gallatin, Tennessee, 37066. I will tell you, if you search Fowl Play Hot Chicken, make sure you say Fowl Play Hot Chicken, not just Fowl Play period, because there is
Oh.
one up in Connecticut, it looks like, and there's also maybe one in North Carolina at this point in time. So I say all of that to say this.
And that's probably one of the better Google searches.
Absolutely.
You'll find.
Yeah. I will say
shout out to Blue Hole Road.
I'm not talking about that previous location, which I love you very much for bringing that up, but I am never living down Blue Hole Road. I'm going to have to go get a picture of me next to that stop sign. Every time Gregory has texted me throughout the week, over the past couple, weeks that we haven't actually recorded, he looked at me and he was just like, Blue Hole Road. Hey, guess where I just drove past? I'm like, I don't want to hear it, man. Jeez. Okay, so we're up here, and
don't Google that either.
Please do not Google that. Do not say that the Hot Chicks told you to Google Blue Hole Road. I say all of that to say this. Fowl Play Hot Chicken. They have, their website is outstanding. Go ahead and check it out, fowlplayhotchicken.com. But I'm going to bring up the menu, but before we do that, I want to tell everybody what we learned, whether it was from, I believe Nathan was the gentleman who was the family member taster in the back.
Her uncle.
Was her uncle, that's correct.
Yeah.
He looked and the pride that he had talking about not only the food, but also chef was outstanding. So I want everyone to know, if you're looking for a family place, that's why I loved Lily's as well. I thought Lily's was outstanding because it was a family place, much like Miss Andre would with Prince's. It's just, we are looking at a snapshot of what Prince's was. Well, that's a bad example because they're not using cast iron skillets, I don't believe, at Fowl Play. But kind of manipulate the Prince's mentality. It was a family recipe, right? And then they kind of kept building on it. This is a family location. It's got the roots. The first two words that Chef told us that she learned from was Prince's. And at that point in time, Gregory and I were in. We understood. But Gregory, before I keep going, tell me about Chef Grace.
So we went up to the counter because we didn't realize that's not where you ordered, but it clearly has a pickup food sign.
Yeah, we made a mistake on that one. Sorry about that, Chef.
So when you go in, just so you know, you're supposed to order at the kiosk. They have this really nice touchscreen kiosk that's kind of like if you've ever ordered at Buc-ee's or Wawa or whatever, where you customize what you're getting. They have one of those set up, which is really interesting for a restaurant like that, and where you can customize it all and pay all through the kiosk and never have to talk to anybody. And it just makes sense because we got the feeling they're doing a lot of DoorDash orders and stuff. So everything just kind of for them is electronic. They just, they get electronic orders through DoorDash or through the kiosk, and that's just what they worry about. That's their system. But anyway, we walked up to the pickup food, and there was
sorry, Chef.
And there was a girl sitting there, and I asked how long they'd been here, and said it was our first time, and I asked if this was a family place, if this was her, her family place. And she says, "Oh, it's my restaurant," and she told us her age, and she's 21 years old. So she is a 21-year-old girl named Grace.
Woman.
And who owns and runs a restaurant. And this was just our first impression. And it was like, well, working in the business as we have, that's crazy impressive starting off. And she said that, oh yeah, well, I've been doing this stuff, been developing this for years.
3 years.
Yeah.
When she graduated, I believe she said when she graduated school, she started working on the recipes.
Yeah.
And for 3 years, they worked on these recipes. All I'm going to say is I would weigh 28 million pounds if I was in the room where all of the recipes were being developed, because I would have eaten everything.
Yeah. It's running a restaurant is no joke. Most restaurants fail within the first year. Obviously, it hasn't been a full year, but I don't have any problem assuming they're going to be just fine.
And they have plans for expansion also.
Yeah.
Like they have plans for a food truck, but I don't know how public that is right now.
But to be that young and that's not an insult at all. Just it's hard. Of people of any age, there's a lot of trial and error that usually goes into the restaurant industry, and I was just blown away. I was super super impressed. Just by those facts alone, somebody that had a full restaurant altogether that seemed to be doing well at her age, and this is before I've tried the food.
I believe also one of the greatest facts that I had heard is she spent 3 years working on recipes with her family, but also she spent, I want to say, numerous hours working in prep in the kitchen on not only the chicken, the sides, and everything. I mean, Nathan, shout out to Nathan in the back. That man is one proud uncle, and I'll tell you this much. If that man told me that she marinated and prepped a phone book and then deep fried it, I would eat it in a heartbeat. It's not even a joke. Like, I would do it because the level of care that went into that food. And we have a few favorites of the day. Some of them are a little bit shocking, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
And
Buckle up.
This is going to be a tough ride. We don't have the hot chicken historian, Mr. Sam Harrison, on this one because it's so new. But I'll tell you, we hope that this episode is the formative year. This is the formative story.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee I will be back to this place. I want to print out some kind of form so that we can give them and just be like, the Hot Chicks were here, and we recommend everything on the menu.
Alex said he would dress up as a chicken
and dance in the parking lot to get people in. That's not a joke. Chef Grace, hey, hit me up on Instagram, Hot Chicks Podcast. Go ahead. You want to reach out, Hot Chicks Podcast at gmail.com. Don't think I won't.
Let's hear a cluck. Okay. Does he have the job?
Hey, why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Because.
Oh no. All right, we do want to get them more business.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
But that's just to be encouraging of small businesses. We're gonna call it how it is. I mean, there's things we liked more than others, just like any place, and so. But yes, super impressive right off the bat, and I love baseball, so the baseball theme really hits home for me.
I see what you did there. That was tasty.
Yep.
I mean, actually, no. And Gregory, one of the biggest reasons how I sold you on this is I, at some point in time, want to be a part of the Nashville Hot Chicken Week at the Sounds Park. Like, I very much want to.
How do we get Foul Play to be the official hot chicken of the Nashville Sounds?
Brother, I love you very much. It would have to be American Gladiators. Like, there's no other way to get, because you have Hattie B's who can throw around dollar signs. You have princes that can throw around their history. I'm telling you right now, if I'm almost nervous because if Hattie B's had the recipe of what Foul Play has, I mean, we could be looking at a Nikolai Tesla going on here because, like, they may shut us down.
Nikolai?
Isn't it Nikolai?
It's Nicola.
It's Nicola?
Yeah.
I thought there was an I at the end of it.
No.
Google, hold on.
No.
Keep going.
The Prestige is one of my favorite movies. Maybe
is it
my
really?
favorite. Yeah.
Oh man,
David Bowie plays Nikola Tesla.
I mean, first off,
Nikolai.
It is. Is it not Nikolai Tesla?
No.
Hold on. Nikola Tesla. Hold on. Well, hot diggity dang. Okay. Well, yeah, Nikola Tesla. As I said, it might be the Nikola Tesla of the situation. You heard me say it. Everybody out there, trust me, I'll fix it in post. So let's just jump right in. Do you have anything else to add about Chef?
She was really nice, and she was confident in her food. But not like she didn't brag or anything, especially with how much work she puts in. That we found out later. She referenced Prince's. Right off the bat, I asked her, is there any other hot chicken places you personally like? And she's like, oh, well, we base everything really off of Prince's. And so, and after eating it, I did understand that. I did feel echoes of Prince's. And so But yeah, it was a pleasure meeting her, and we were impressed before we even sat down.
Very much were impressed before we even sat down. I do believe, and this is again being kind of, I don't want to come across as somebody who is just like a golden retriever person, just excited about everything that he does.
You do have a golden retriever.
I know.
You are a golden retriever person.
I am. But
he's in the other room.
He is, and if he barks, then you get to hear him participating. But I don't want to be one of those people who just gets so excited every place we go. We've been some places where the food has not been outstanding. And we talked about it, like Hot Stuff on Bell Road, right? Right next to that one road that I'm not going to say again. And that one.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
The chicken the tenders were small. I would not write home about them. But what would I write home about? That shrimp. The shrimp. Remember the shrimp?
Yeah, the shrimp.
Where the shrimp was
shrimp and the chicken.
The shrimp and the chicken. The breast quarter.
The
breast quarter. Specifically the bone-in breast quarter and the shrimp basket were the two best things at Hot Stuff.
Yeah.
Now, why do we say that? Because I don't want to be somebody who just says, go here, everything's great. Because real talk, it's statistically impossible for every place to go to have the best food ever.
No, and I even have some critiques of this place.
I do too.
But
and
this
actually,
was just all in all, you guys are getting the reaction because this is a complete shock. You have to understand, I've been to so many hot chicken places, and I had never heard about this. It was not even on my radar.
I surprised him when I told him about it.
Well, and then just the experience as a whole. It's something that wasn't on your radar, and then you come in and usually, if it's not on your radar, it's for a reason. I mean, in my world, if I haven't heard about it, that's usually for a reason.
And that's not being cocky. Like Gregory is he's part of groups online that will go and they actually take like scorecards and they rank. And we may end up doing a scorecard. We may end up coming up with one, and then we'll just have to go back to the restaurants and do a second episode in a second,
You can still rank them.
Absolutely. I intend to. And I already know what my top 3 are. Not even a question. But I'll say this much: looking at this place, it's so new, it's so under the radar right now that I'm almost excited that we get to do this episode now.
Totally.
Not to just hype everything, but to give it the credit that it's due.
Yep.
So, Gregory, if it's okay with you, I'm going to go through the menu.
Yeah, please do, because that's another big first impression.
It very much is. And I'm going to tell you right now, Gregory and I have a very, very, very similar mentality on this. If you are trying to be the Cheesecake Factory, you're going to fail miserably.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why there's really only one restaurant that has a book like that, and it is the Cheesecake Factory, and that's because that's how they built their monopoly on it. My favorite restaurant that's a 2-item menu, Dave's Hot Chicken. We've talked about it.
I will say there is maybe a bit of an addiction factor of like the sleeper concept of like you see something on the menu, you're like, oh, they have this? Well, maybe that's a sleeper. Maybe let's try that. So it means we're not afraid to try things. We're excited to see if there is going to be a sleeper. But usually a menu like this, I would normally, just first impressions, Alex, I'd say it's too big.
I'm going to be very honest with you, Greg. I looked and off the bat, I said, I think this is too big.
But before I had seen the menu, I had seen the pictures.
Oh.
Well, because you sent me the Google.
That's right.
And so I had seen the pictures. And so while the menu looked too big, I had seen some of the pictures and thought, this might be like real. I mean, this might be legit. Some of these menu items might not just be thrown on there because they can.
And to be honest with you, a lot of time and energy went into a lot of these recipes, and some of them, it's the first time I've ever tasted anything like it.
So one of the things that immediately stuck out, because obviously you have.
Can I go over this real quick?
Please do.
And then we'll get to that one because it's on here.
Yeah.
So for chicken, I'm just going to go through real quickly what we have, what options, and I'm going to talk about the heat levels. So heat levels, we have Southern, which is no heat. My wife Jordan right now she does not like spicy food, but she wanted to try something. So she got Southern wings and a little side of mild, which is the next step. That's first base. And the mild was great flavor to it. Not really heat, but for her, it was a lot. Now, second base, it jumps up. That's their medium. Their medium was every bit of the ideal Nashville hot.
Yeah.
It was the perfect middle ground that I've tasted. Now, here's the deal. Gregory and I have high taste. We have built up tolerances to spicy food. We're telling you right now, it's a good heat for us. So if you are sensitive at all, stick to first base. Stick to first base or get Southern and go get like a side of first base. Okay?
I might go second to third.
Well, us, yes. I'm saying down the middle, like
And
literally.
She did say that she had kind of designed it in a way that it was a little hotter than average.
Standard.
Yeah.
Agreed. Now, after second base is stealing third, which is right in between second and third base.
So that's like your extra hot.
That'd be anywhere else's extra hot. Okay? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Third base is what they list as hot.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is why I wanted to go over this real quickly, because they list their third base as hot. I'm telling everyone right now, second base for us is straight down the middle of spice that I would recommend as a quote-unquote Nashville hot.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm not talking about Nashville hot at Party Fowl, right? The one that's the one with the cumin and the poultrygeist, right? Because that Nashville hot there they put it as their second to highest or something along those lines. That's not the case. It's not, right? I'm telling you right now, this second base is right down the middle, probably the ideal Nashville hot chicken spice level. Greg, thoughts?
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Okay. Third base, they have listed as hot. It's going to be wicked hot.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. After third base comes a home run. Gregory, would you like to tell them what you have to do to get a home run piece of chicken?
Well, they give you a waiver that you have to sign that Alex and I signed before reading it. We did start reading it while we were sitting at the table, and we will read it live for you when we do our side chick, because we did get one home run. They do have a home run challenge.
They do. Yes, and only one person has completed it.
Only one person has completed it. It's 3 tenders. I think they said 4 minutes.
3 tenders, 4 minutes, no beverages, no additional food. You have to eat all of the pieces of chicken and complete them, and you can get one free menu item.
Right. So, yeah, we'll get into this waiver that we signed just gleefully. Like I said earlier, the waiver could have said you would grow tulips out of yours, and we'd still sign it. We're like, okay, well, that's what we have to do.
We got to eat this on the show.
But we're not. The side chick's in the other room along with our beautiful, not side chicks, but
main chicks.
And they're gonna watch us eat it probably. And
they will laugh. Anyway, so I'm going to go through what options of meat they have. So we have leg quarters bone in with a boner going home.
Amen.
We got bone in breast quarters.
Yep.
And these pictures online are just killer. They look amazing.
Professional.
They are professional. They are great. Then we got a half bird. Now I want to tell you these prices real quick. Leg quarter, right? Leg quarter, $6.49.
Okay.
That's it. $6.49. $7.49 for a breast quarter.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty competitive.
That's
half bird.
Mm-hmm.
What is the cheapest half bird that we were talking about earlier today?
I know of one for $12.
And where is that?
Loveless
Cafe. This is $13.99. $14 for a half bird.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
But if you combine the two,
16
or 6 plus, wouldn't that be $13.50?
No, $6.49 and $7.49 would be 7 and 7 is 14. It's exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Maybe
right.
a penny less, but whatever.
That's right. So okay. So it's the same price.
Yeah. Okay.
Not like Prince's where it's backwards.
Yeah. No, that doesn't make sense. And then a whole bird, okay, is 28, obviously, right?
Okay.
Pretty even.
So you're not saving any money.
Not saving any money? No. It's okay though, because trust me,
Sure.
just trust me on this one. Sorry about that. 3-piece whole wings. And when they say whole wings, they got the tips too. So
whoa.
Yeah, the flats.
Yeah.
Don't make it dirty. Get your head out of the gutter, man.
The whole road.
Get out. Ugh. Okay, 3-piece whole wings, $7.25 for 3 wings, which is it's a lot of meat.
You're just talking about tips and home runs and stuff.
Okay, here we go. Now, 3 tenders, $8.99. Comes on a mop, and we're good.
3 tenders, $8.99.
Three tenders,
That's pretty dang good.
That's really good prices, y'all.
As long as they're big tenders, which
they were big tenders.
They weren't huge.
They weren't.
They're I'm pretty sure Hattie B's tenders are massive.
I'm pretty sure that they have so many hormones pumped into those chickens that you can't.
Sure. These were not huge, but not small.
I'm gonna put it this way: if you got a side or two, right, which we're gonna get to the sides here soon, the tender meal was enough to fill me up.
Okay.
I'm telling you, like size-wise, it was good. Okay. 10-piece buffalo wings, $12. We got 20-piece.
How many tips to fill you?
Okay. 20-piece buffalo wings, 10-piece foul play hot wings. These are breaded. Okay, hot wings.
That's right.
20-piece, you got 10-piece lemon pepper wings. All right. Obviously, you can tell what those are. And you got some 20-piece lemon peppers. Now, I'm going to go through. You understand the types of meats that they have, right? The meals, the baskets.
That's pretty standard stuff.
Right. The baskets might have, an option that's out of the norm, and there's like a chicken and waffle, right? And then you might have some meals, which are going to be like leg quarter and 2 sides. You got, you got the fish plate. You got something we didn't try, which was the buffalo tender mac and cheese bowl, which I'll be back to try. And Gregory, it's a really interesting, really interesting menu item on here. And I think we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about Joseph's spicy cinnamon and honey chicken.
Tell you about eating it, or tell you about just what she told me?
Tell me about how it came to be, and also what it was like to eat.
Okay, so Joseph is her brother, who they had lost, I believe, a couple years back.
Correct.
And this was his favorite combination to eat, and it's hot honey and cinnamon chicken tenders. I'll get into my impression of it later. How about that? But you can get it as tenders, or you can get it as a sandwich. And when I saw that, I was, with Sydney, I was like, I tried to encourage her to try it, because I was like, I want to try it. I don't, I have to get a half bird and everything, but you're ordering something, and I'm really hoping you'll order that, because that's weird, and we can't walk out of here without having tried that. So, that was part of our order, and so it's an homage to her brother, and there is no other names on that menu besides Joseph. And so,
and I also think that when you look at it, you're going to say that does not look right. I'm telling you, friend, please give it a shot, and the reaction will come in a bit. I know you've already been listening for 33 minutes. Trust me, the reaction will come in a bit. It's worth it. Okay, so sides. I'm going to jump into the sides. Okay? I'm just going to run down them. One of the only ones we did not try, potato salad.
Dang it. Yeah.
I know. First one on.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes.
I love sweet potato anything.
I know you do.
Anything.
And to watch you inhale that side, my dude, it was one of the few times where
I was just sitting there and you guys weren't touching it, and I'm like, okay. Okay.
That's okay, because guess what the next one is, real quickly. We got some coleslaw. Ooh.
Oh, slaw boy.
Guys, it was... I'm going to get into it in a minute, but it was the best slaw that I've eaten in any of the restaurants we've been to on this.
You're giving too much away, Alex.
You're right. My bad. We also had Sidewinder steak fries.
And that is their only fry, right?
It's the only fry
Which
on
is
the menu.
interesting. I didn't see that. I just saw fries, and I just thought, of course, your crinkle cut, whatever.
Right, yeah.
Honestly, I assumed all this was just going to be frozen.
1,000%.
Because it's a big menu. And so, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're there for chicken usually. But anyway, the fries were Sidewinder fries, which are, if you don't know what those are, they are in a pattern, like kind of a curly Q pattern. But they're thicker. They have more potato in them. And anyway, those came with several things.
They got some fried okra. They have some macaroni and cheese. There's a side option for a waffle. Obviously, they have some fresh picked turnip greens. And what we came to find out was these are smoked turkey turnip greens, which is, honestly, if I may say, I'm not going to say the word better than, but I will say I would put them in the ring with the You Go Girl greens from Prince's. I would put them up against the You Go Girl greens.
Yeah.
I would. And then the last two items we got some amazing baked beans.
Okay.
And these come in a vegetarian option or a vegan option.
Oh, do they do?
They do.
I didn't realize that. Well, that's no good.
Vegetarian, not vegan. Vegetarian.
Okay.
All
right, so that's our sides.
Well, and they have the spaghetti.
Oh, you mentioned mac and cheese.
I did.
Okay.
They have the spaghetti, which I know seems weird, but I'm telling you right now.
Bolton's has spaghetti.
Do
and
they?
They do, and I know it's, I think, like everything else there, from a can.
Okay.
And so that was my impression of when I saw their menu. It was like, oh, this is just a bunch of pre-mates. And again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Again, you're there for chicken.
That's
and
right.
So anyway.
But don't sleep on these sides.
Well,
we're gonna get there. Also, and here's the just a couple other things I want to go through on their menu that might look a little bit weird. They got a double play smash burger.
So that is one of the things that struck me when looking at the pictures online was this burger came up, and I was like, okay, it's a smash burger, which I'm a sucker for a good smash burger, and it looked good. And I told Alex, I said, did you see the burger? This doesn't seem like an afterthought. And so, yeah, they have a burger of several different varieties. Go ahead.
And I'm going to tell you this much, just to also tell you they have a spicy fish plate and a spicy fish sandwich.
Okay.
But outside of that, they've got a couple different versions of the smash burger. Now, that basically covers up the menu. Again, big menu, small business, but not small impact. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the website because I want to make sure that I can focus on what we ordered, because personally I feel like this is huge. Okay? One of the big menu items that we got was a Grand Slam meal.
Right.
Now, what came in this Grand Slam meal is everything that Gregory and I would normally get. He very much was interested in the burger at one point in time, right? When he was driving up. I very much like to try random things, so there's a fish sandwich on there.
And the burger was because I was thinking, dude, this might be our sleeper.
Absolutely, without a doubt. So obviously, I got my tenders. Gregory got his half bird.
And Sydney would have gotten the mac and cheese buffalo chicken bowl thing.
Oh, yeah.
But they actually didn't have it on the digital menu that was on their TV. It is in the kiosk.
Exactly.
But we being, the way we are, we didn't order from the kiosk. So
no, of course we would not, go directly to where it said order here.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, if we would have ordered there's not an option to take cheese off of items.
So, yes, this is So let's just run down what we ordered.
Yeah, so we got the Grand Slam meal, which comes with half bird, comes with 3 tenders, any heat. You have your you got the burger, the double play smash burger, and then there's the fish sandwich. Okay, and it comes with 4 sides. It's a great deal. It was a great option, and it covered so many.
I didn't realize it came with a burger.
Yeah. Neither did I. I did initially, and I thought that's why. Anyway.
So, I really think that's probably a good way to go.
Agreed.
Just go there with 4 people. You have 4 people. Order a Grand Slam. You're set.
Absolutely.
You get to try most of what Chef Grace wants us to try.
It's $12 a piece essentially, and leave a tip for.
Oh,
Chef.
another big fact tip. BYOW.
Bring your own water, ladies and gents. Now, this is not a big. This doesn't.
They
happen.
do not have a fountain.
Correct.
They only have bottles.
Yeah. So be very prepared on.
Same
that.
with Bolton's, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yes.
I very much like the family style of Bolton's and this place now. I'm kind of picking up on the kind of similarities between that.
Yeah.
Okay. For the sides, we got mac and cheese, baked beans, sweet potato, coleslaw, and then Jordan, my wife, got the 3-wing meal Southern with a side of mild sauce, macaroni and cheese, and the steak fries. Gregory got the Joseph Spicy and Honey Tender sandwich and fries, and then a double play smash burger and fry. And then I think
and mac cheese.
And mac cheese.
That's what
mac cheese.
And then we were brought.
Nathan and Chef were kind enough. They brought us out a side of the
greens.
The greens.
They handed them to us and said they were made with smoked turkey, and so to try. And actually a couple of pieces of chocolate cake, which you will not get our reaction for because we're going to enjoy it after this episode, but it looks really good. We're going to make sure we eat it after our side chick. That's going to be our light at the end of the tunnel.
Correct.
And so, apologies to guys that we don't get to tell you how good that is. Chef gave it to us, and that was so kind of her. And like I said, it looks really good, but we're going to enjoy that after we're done suffering.
So I'm going to go through the notes that I wrote down for this, Gregory. Second base is pretty hot.
Yeah.
It's straight down the middle, Nashville hot, right? I would consider second base hot enough for most people.
But yet you have a kid on the way.
Okay. That was blue. We are teetering on the edge of what I said was meant not.
Second base is hot enough.
We are so close to the explicit rating on this episode right now, Gregory. I swear. Oh
man.
My goodness. Okay, so second base of the heat scale is hot enough for most people. We did not get into anything above that level just yet. Would you stop laughing over there? This man, ladies and gentlemen. But it definitely hits the inside of your, hits the back of your throat, hits the sinuses, clears out your sinuses a little bit with the spice of the second base. It's a good heat. It's a flavorful heat.
Yep. I do think that the flavor did remind me of Prince's. And what I mean by that is it's classic hot chicken flavor that doesn't fully skew in any direction. It doesn't skew sweet. It doesn't skew too savory. Doesn't skew too garlicky or too heavy on a certain spice, like
cumin,
smoked paprika, one of them. And it's Nashville hot chicken, and that's kind of how Prince's is. It's not as oily as Prince's.
I wanted to talk about that because
and I don't mean greasy.
No,
I mean
the oil in which they dredge, like the actual dredge. There's a difference between the oil in which it's fried and the oil in which it's dredged. And I hope everybody.
Well, they usually use the oil that it's fried in.
Correct, but it's not the initial fry oil. Like there's they'll pull oil out and they don't like bounce it a couple times to knock everything off. They just dump it in and then they add their seasonings to it. Yeah, no. I'm there with you. So
As Pablo from Subculture told me, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's the good stuff."
You just said my magic words. I love Subculture.
Well, because I had been asking him about it, and because I was thinking, this was when I was going to make some hot chicken for family in Texas. I was talking, well, what kind of oil do you use? Like I see recipes online for sunflower oil, this or that. He goes, oh no, from the fryer, that's the good stuff. And it's like, oh.
All right, game on.
Anyway,
Thank you.
sorry.
Okay, so looking at that second base, the medium heat level for them, I would put up against any Nashville hot. Straight down the middle, it's perfect. The tenders, this is the first note that I have. Actually, no, let's start with the bone-in, with the bone or going home. Gregory, tell me about the leg and the breast quarter.
Good. Outside was, so skin. The skin was the highlight of this chicken, actually.
It was so reminiscent, and I'm going to tell you, of Lily's.
Well, for me, it was different than Lily's because the Lily's was very flaky.
Oh, okay.
This was specifically, it's like you had the chicken skin on there that was really perfectly fried. The chicken itself wasn't that flaky, but you just had the skin. It was the skin. I will say both of my bone-in pieces were slightly overcooked. There were some parts that had gotten a little bit overcooked, but it was very crispy. It was
not beyond edible.
No, not at all. But it was, like I said, the skin is what really shined. It's hard to describe, but you can tell what chicken skin is when you're eating, and that's something tenders don't have. And the chicken skin and that's it's I don't know what they're doing that's different, but when even seeing pictures of it, I could see the chicken skin like separated
in the photos, in the professional photos. Yes, I agree.
And so yeah, for the chicken skin was the highlight of those pieces of chicken. But other than that, yeah, very crispy, really good. Like I said, slightly overcooked, both of them. Could have been the day. Don't know.
Could have been that there were so many DoorDash orders. You know what I mean? Like they just,
but not enough to complain. It is what it is. I've had so much hot chicken that I just know what's slightly overcooked, and so, but actually, the whole thing wasn't actually. It was just like a little, just like pieces of it. So, but not dried out either. And yeah, that was my bone-in chicken.
I will say, I also, Gregory and I share, like the food that's on the table. We all try and get different bites so that we can speak on it.
Yeah, you didn't really tell me what you thought.
I'll tell you this much. The skin was outstanding. I personally liked the white meat a little bit better than I did the dark meat.
Okay.
The piece that you gave me was a little bit closer to the tip of the bottom tip of the
what?
TIP. We are dangerously close to the explicit warning here, Gregory. It's that bottom little point of the chicken breast quarter, and you tend to break that off for me, and I appreciate it immensely. But that was probably my favorite bite of everything off of your plate.
Okay.
I will say you gave me a piece of, I want to say it was the leg.
Probably. On
the leg quarter.
Right.
With a little bit of that skin, and oh my goodness, did it crunch.
The skin.
It's not
the batter. Like when we talk about Lily's, yeah, the Lily's had a lot of like crinkles and
agreed
flakes.
Yeah.
This again,
ripples.
Yeah. This was the skin. Almost like they're leaving more skin on their chicken.
I don't know how though.
Yeah.
We would need to talk to Chef again because she killed it.
Yeah. The skin was the highlight though of the bone-in chicken.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I think
and that's the first time I've ever said that.
That the skin was the highlight?
Yeah, that it was just so noticeable.
Huh.
Yeah, for sure.
We are breaking so many molds right now.
Yeah, and that we haven't even dropped the biggest bomb yet. But
well, actually, should we kind of lean into it then and just kind of? Yeah, I mean it's next.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
So, hang on. Let's go to the fish sandwich next.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the fish sandwich.
So the fish sandwich came out, and this is going to be my first major critique. So and this is also where I have to drop the bomb that as a pizza man, as a person who's as a pizza company, I don't like cheese.
Whoa!
Yeah. Alex knows this, but
This is my shocked face.
Yeah.
No, for everyone out there, I openly make cheese-based comments to Gregory randomly.
Everybody does.
But you don't have to go into so much detail, but
Yeah, I just don't like cheese.
it's just not your thing.
No. Mozzarella is like creamy salt in taste. Doesn't have that cheesy taste. And I like pizza, but pizza's really about the only thing I eat cheese on for the most part.
Fair.
That's savory things. Sweet things, yeah, I'll eat cheesecake, things like that. But it's a certain flavor that I just don't really like. And so it had a slice of American cheese melted on the sandwich.
2 of them. One on top, one below.
That's right. It was doubled up. And so it was really hard to just pinch off a piece that didn't have cheese. And that's all I ate of the fish sandwich. And
on top of it, also, to be very honest with you, it comes with yellow American mustard, pickles, and white onions.
That's very traditional, though.
Very traditional. But I just wanted to make sure people know it's not just fish and cheese. This is not just filet of fish. We're talking. Right. This is not a McDonald's meal. This is.
They did have a filet of fish.
They did, but it was different.
It was different. I didn't really pay much attention.
I didn't pay too much attention.
You didn't mention that, but they did.
They did. There was a couple other things, but I wanted to hit the highlights.
So, I did take a pinch, and it was fine. It wasn't overly crispy or anything. It wasn't, I like fried fish. It was good, but now I'm biased in this because I'm the person that orders things without cheese all the time.
Correct.
But I do think if you're gonna put cheese on something, you need to say it on the menu, and it didn't say that on the menu. And so, and when we did get our Joseph sandwich, that too had cheese on it, and it didn't say that on the menu, and so we actually sent it back and said,
which by the way. Thank you, chef, for remaking it.
Absolutely.
Really much appreciate that immensely. It was huge. Thank you.
And I don't like sending things back. Unfortunately I'm kind of used to it because I don't like cheese.
Sure.
But that's just something where I do have to hold my ground. It's like, well, if you didn't say it had cheese, how am I supposed to know to order it without cheese?
And again, here's the deal. We noticed that there were some discrepancies on the point of sale after we kind of finangled around with it, and it may have said it on the point of sale. We didn't go through the point of sale.
You mean the receipt?
No, the order kiosk.
Oh,
right.
That's correct.
There is because
I don't think it said it, but I think it gave an extra cheese button.
Understood.
Which okay, and that is a good point. However, we were looking at the menu and it just didn't say it, and so
it could. To be honest with you, because we brought it up to Chef Grace. It may be changed by now to where it says it.
Absolutely. And so I'm just encouraging of that. And, it's not a problem because she fixed it. She took cheese off. But most people don't care. However, just to skip ahead, not to give an impression yet on the sandwich, but you did say the version of the sandwich you ate without cheese, the Joseph sandwich.
Hold on, but we haven't talked about the Joseph sandwich.
No, I'm just saying. You did say that you did like it you would have preferred it without cheese too, flavor wise.
I want to jump into the actual sandwich. Yes, I believe that sandwich with the flavor profiles would be better sans cheese. I believe it would be better without the cheese aspect to it. But I want to get into that. Let's finish up the fish sandwich, though. Let's wrap a bow on that. So it's got a couple pieces of
you ate
cheese
more of it than me, right?
Yeah, I ate half of it, and I'm going to be honest with you. It was, I think the best piece of fish we've had so far was Lily's.
Absolutely.
The lemon pepper. I will say this much. They have a fish plate.
And we don't know what type of fish this was, right?
I don't know.
I don't think they said.
I don't think they said. But
it wasn't catfish.
It was not. I think it was probably whiting.
But it didn't have bones.
No, but it was similar to the same kind of fish as what Lily's would have. So it'd probably be like a whiting of some sort.
What was that, sway?
Sway, I think it was. But I say all that to say this. The fish, I liked the fish at Hot Stuff. I think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was not my favorite. Out of every place that we've had fish so far, Lily's was my favorite. This is a close second for me, just because I thought it was just honestly, it was good. If you want a fish sandwich,
I think I preferred Hot Stuff's fish over this.
really,
Yeah, and Hot Stuff's was, I said it was okay.
Sure.
It was, and so this too was okay. And
Sure.
I don't mean bad by any means, because I like fried fish.
sure.
It's just one of those things, like when you've had really crispy, good fried fish, to me, it wasn't that level.
Well, now this is still a sandwich.
It wasn't to the level of the chicken.
This is still a sandwich. So I think the fish plate, where they just have the fried fish and the two sides, I'd like to go back and give that a shot, because I wonder how
I
that
did
would
take a piece from the edge that wasn't covered by bread or anything like that.
Sure.
Or cheese. So I don't know. It was okay. Again, it just, to me,
You don't go to a place like this for the fish, though.
I don't think you do, especially when you have this many good things on there and it's this big of a menu. So
Can we switch now to the Joseph sandwich?
I think we should go to the burger.
You want to do the smash burger?
I want to do the burger, then the tenders, then the sandwich, because then that'll explain things.
I love it. Okay, so hit me with this burger,
So
which we thought was going to be the sleeper.
we did, and could have been, but
Honestly, like, arguable. Yeah, it was.
freaking awesome burger.
It was
just like the meat. The meat tasted really good. That's what stuck out. There's a lot of meat on there.
You want a fun story real quick?
Yeah.
So I was one of the cooks at Latrobe Country Club, and this is where Arnold Palmer lived. Okay, Arnold Palmer, the Arnold Palmer,
The Lemonade Man.
It's don't do this to me. Mr. P was a huge fan of smashed burgers. And one time, it was probably later in the summer before he flew back to Bay Hill, but I was working the outside and I was making the burgers, and he comes up and he goes, "Can you make one just really thin? Just really thin?" And then he gives me a thumbs up, and he's just like, he walks away, and I stopped and I was like, when Arnold Palmer asks for a smash burger, you get him a smash burger. Like, absolutely.
When Arnold
Palmer.
When Arnold Palmer
Yes.
tells you to smash, you smash.
Okay. Gregory, we gotta have a talk about this. No, but he was a big fan of smash burgers, so I got used to making them, and I got, that was my introduction, was learning about smash burgers, probably circa like 2014-ish.
I was talking about Smash Bros, by the way.
Oh, Smash Brothers. Yeah. Are you a Captain Falcon fan too?
I am. I main Wolf, but that's beside the point.
Look at my moves. What's he
show
saying?
Show your moves.
Show me your moves.
Show your moves.
No, show me your moves. We're not saying anything lewd on a chicken podcast.
That's what he says. He says, "Show your moves."
Show me your moves.
And there's no me. Show your moves.
We can't argue about this again.
Come on.
It's okay. So it was good, wasn't it? That was really good, wasn't it?
That was left field in this foul play episode.
But okay. So okay, talk to me about the burger.
It was if I was to critique anything, maybe the bun, just because I am an absolute sucker for Martin's potato rolls, and I always will prefer any kind of that over any kind of bun. This bun I did think was maybe a little thick on the thicker side, just of what I prefer. I think it was brioche, potentially.
I don't think it was brioche.
Really?
It was not sweet enough to be brioche.
It was very yellow though.
It was, but I think that's just a yeast bun.
Okay. It was soft and everything.
They grilled it and it was wonderful.
This is not a burger podcast, but I am of the opinion of I would rather take a Martin's potato roll over any bakery, any fancy bun at all. And so I don't know where they got these, it was good. But maybe that's the only critique I had, because it had a special sauce on it. It had a lot of meat, and this was a double patty, right?
Double patty smash burger. There was cheese on mine, not on yours. Came with very fresh Boston Bib lettuce, which I was impressed by. Very thick pieces of lettuce. Not romaine, Boston Bib.
Or iceberg.
Or iceberg. No, it was nice. It was beautiful. The tomato slices were very fresh.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
As was I. Had pickles, had tomatoes. LTOP was on point.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, again, this is not a burger podcast. Thank you for reiterating.
I was just a little bit thrown off because part of me loves, usually, you'll agree with me on this, usually there's a whole burger experience. Like, usually, like, there's, like, I love Dino's. I'm a big...
Dino's burgers.
Well, Dino's is probably my favorite in town, but it's, obviously, Dino's has an...
Jack Brown's.
Jack Brown's is a national chain. You know that?
No.
You think it's a one-off? No, it's a national chain.
Don't break my heart like that.
And it's okay, but it's no Dino.
I'm not saying...
They do use Martin's potato runs at Jack Brown.
I'm not saying that it's better than Dino's. Dino's is... I just had a conversation last night with a friend of mine that his first night in Nashville, I said, meet me at this dive, and we went.
So my order at Dino's is always a burger and some hot chicken tenders.
Tenders, yes.
But obviously Dino's is an experience. You
don't get Dino's to go.
Right. And then like, you know, a diner with a burger. There's a burger experience. This completely lacked that because it was a hot chicken place.
That's right.
And so it did throw me off in that way. But as soon as I ate it, I was like, yeah, this might be the best burger in Gallatin. Easy.
Oh, no. I'm gonna take you one step further. Absolutely. And I live here. I've eaten here. There's literally a burger joint, I want to say less than a mile from my house right now from where we're sitting. I will not go back to it because they cannot get a basic order correct.
Yeah. Oh, there also were a good amount of onions on this.
They're very much. You're spot on with that. I'm going to tell you this much. I would rather wait the 20 minutes for DoorDash than to walk down the block and get a burger at the place that's right near me. Because that is the best burger in Gallatin, bar none.
Which is crazy. When you say something like that, that's crazy.
I'm going to take it a step further. For a small non-national chain that's not like a Five Guys or something, I would say that the burger, the smash burger, the double play, might be the best burger of a small mom and pop shop all the way into Hendersonville.
Maybe. I did live in Hendersonville, and I can't think of a better one right off the top of my head.
That's the thing. When you think of a burger in this part of town...
I've been to Saks Deli.
I have been to Saks.
Some people really like their burger. Their fries are awesome.
Oh, the fries are outstanding. But we're not going to get into this. Is not a burger podcast.
Yeah. That may be true, though. It's a really good burger. It's not our sleeper, but we'll talk about our sleeper in a second.
What are we talking about next, though? Because I want to keep this rolling.
Let's go to your tenders.
Gregory, may I take the floor?
Please.
Thank you.
Ladies, show your moves.
Show me your moves. I'm telling you, it says me. Okay. Gregory, my friend. My brother in the fried chicken phenomenon. These may have been the greatest tenders I have eaten since we started the process of going out and tasting tenders in fried chicken restaurants since we started this podcast. I mean, honestly, I've been getting chicken tenders everywhere. I did not like the ones at Hot Stuff on Bell Road.
They were
lacking.
They were definitely the worst we've had.
The Prince's at the outlets were above that because they just, they were...
But far behind the bone-in.
Far behind the bone-in. You don't go to Prince's at the Tanger outlets for the tenders. No. Unless it's on the sandwich. Like, the sandwich was the only reason...
Well, and that's not even a tender. It's not. The sandwich is not made up of tenders.
That's true. So I will say, previously, my favorite tenders were Lily's.
Okay.
Right? Because they were great. I mean, they were huge. They had the right breading. They tasted wonderful. And I'm not saying this about any other tenders, because you and I know another location that we talked about at dinner tonight with the couple that was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I love their tenders.
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But this place, Fowl Play in Gallatin, Tennessee, the best hot chicken tenders I have had, and currently my top runner of favorite tenders in the Nashville hot chicken
It's a
scene.
big claim.
It's a big claim. It's a big claim. And you know what? I'm gonna throw my stake in the ground on this stance because
you're gonna die on this hill.
I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna thrive. I'm gonna thrive on this hill.
Here's the big bomb.
Hit me with that bomb, Gregory.
I'm gonna die on the hill with you.
What?
The tenders were better than the bone-in chicken here.
What?
The tenders were. They were. I agree with you. They are the best tenders that we've had thus far on this podcast, and they were the preferred chicken option at this place. I'm gonna call it how I see it. You know how I critiqued the bone-in chicken? I said, slightly amazing skin, which the tenders have no skin, obviously.
Hold on. No. We can't start talking about skin on a tender for a second. I need to make sure everyone, can I get that clean real quickly? Can we make sure that that's isolated? Gregory, if you don't mind, can you hit me one more time with what you have just said? Because if you remember the last time we spoke on this podcast, I said my goal is to find a place that will make you say that you prefer the tenders over the bone-in. Do you remember me saying that?
I thought it was yes.
Can we roll back the tape? If you don't, will the court reporter read back for me the transcript? Because I'm pretty sure that was last episode. So can I get a clean take of you just saying what you prefer from this location, please? I'm going to be quiet.
I prefer the tenders over the bone-in chicken. I thought it was going to take a lot more episodes for us to find that. And it's surprising, but I will call it how I see it. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm a happy boy.
You're making me regret it. But
no.
They were so, the inside of the tenders were so, no pun intended, but tender.
Listen, I don't want to say it melted in your mouth because it didn't. You still worked for it. It was a very tender. But I will say, do you remember whenever I pulled that piece off for you? I pulled the bottom off and I literally handed it to you. It had the right steam. It flaked. You know what I mean? Like it was the perfect consistency for a marinated tender.
I think chicken is one of those things that it's probably so easy to overcook tenders like chicken, just right, FDA or says you should, what is it, 180?
165
165
for chicken.
And, but you definitely can get away with like 160 safely. You know what I mean? Like,
well, with carryover cooking of most foods nowadays, you would want to get like 162 and up because it'll jump. But you want to make sure that it's a solid one. This just goes out to anybody out there who is looking to cook chicken. It's not about how it is whenever it reaches the plate. If you're at a restaurant, don't be that guy that starts bringing out a thermometer saying this is undercooked. It's real talk though. It's 165 for I believe it's 15 seconds straight.
I've just like, when smoking turkeys or whatever, I've always gone for as low as possible and still done. Like when it comes to smoking a turkey and stuff, because whatever the numbers the FDA is saying or whatever is generally going to be a little bit overcooked. And so I don't know. These were just like perfectly cooked. They were so juicy and tender and soft. The chicken was, I was just really, really impressed.
I'm gonna say this much. I guess the podcast is over.
Yeah,
it's been fun.
That's it.
Thank you. Let's wrap up, everybody. Because I agree with you. They were. I get the same meal everywhere we go. Not because I love tenders. I get the same meal everywhere we go because I want to make sure that everybody understands that in Prince's culture, I get the Hattie B's meal. You get the Prince's meal. And I do this because so many more people have adopted the Hattie B's meal onto their menus. And I want to give an honest opinion of their take on it. Because as we stated in the past, Hattie B's is who came up with the tenders.
Probably.
Right? But at this point in time, tenders are what more people will order. So I'm saying this as I tested this out, but we ate a breast quarter, a leg quarter, and tenders. Both of us agree. Tenders take it They are incomparable. It is some of the best chicken I have had. I mean, I'm going to say since I've been to Nashville and had tenders, these are the best tenders. I like Dino's, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love the tenders that are at Subculture on the tacos, but that's a different.
Totally different.
That's a totally different. I'm telling you this right now. At a hot chicken restaurant with a with a Nashville hot level of heat, which is second base, I'm telling you right now, these are my favorite tenders we have had.
Yeah, they were really, really good. And it is possible that I would choose tenders there over bone-in chicken. It just, as much as I get a hankering for bone-in chicken, there just is. Now that leads us into our Joseph sandwich, because it's two tenders on top of bread with mayo and
there was
pickles.
lettuce. There was, I think it was lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions on that one. It was LTOP on it.
And no onion. No onion.
Did it not have onion?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Which makes sense.
sure.
And
It would come with cheese though.
it would, which we got, like I said, we got taken off. And it is hot honey and cinnamon tenders. Now I don't know if you can get it hotter, because just spoilers, it wasn't very hot. It wasn't very spicy.
No, it did not have much spice.
It might have been like Mike's Hot Honey or something on it, but
Our significant others, my significant other right now in the third trimester, is not a fan of spice and will have heartburn for the next 3 days if she eats anything spicy. She ate it and liked it.
yeah. And, well, we all loved it. So,
It might have been my favorite thing at the restaurant.
yes. So that's maybe why I wouldn't order the straight tenders, because I would maybe order this, because it's so unique, and you don't taste all the, it's one of those things, you take a bite and you just taste different things all the way through swallowing. And
How did you explain it? You said it was like a roller coaster.
yeah. Yeah. I also have to say, so Sydney does this thing where I give her a recommendation for food, and she reluctantly goes with it, but she'll do this thing where she like looks so mad when she takes a bite and realizes that she was wrong and I was right, and that was the thing to order, or it was a good idea or good suggestion or whatever. She just has this angry face. She's just angry that it's so good, because again, I was right. And so she immediately, as soon as she took that bite, made that face, because the combination of chicken and cinnamon and honey did not sound like something she wanted. But it was really, really, really good. And so cool that she's honoring her brother with potentially the best thing on the menu.
Forgive me.
And then I looked at you and said, it's got the tenders on it. And that's one of the reasons why it's so good.
Is it safe to say, at this point in time, sleeper menu item?
No, because we do have another sleeper, but we haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay.
But man, that's hard.
For entrees though.
Can a sleeper be? Yeah.
I think for an entree,
as an entree, yes. Absolutely.
It was without a doubt.
Don't sleep on the Joseph. Now here's my question, Alex.
Talk to me.
Do you order the Joseph always as a sandwich?
No. Okay, so thank you for bringing this up. So it wasn't until we were done with the menu. It wasn't until we were done with actually our meal and we were leaving that I realized you can get the Joseph just as tenders.
Yeah.
And I think, again, hear me out on this. If I got a side of second base oil and season, you know what I mean?
Right. Or you could maybe ask for him to do that.
I probably could. Well, I mean, don't forget, Jordan got the side of the mild.
Yeah.
So, like, you can get the sides of the oils, right?
Right.
So, if I got a side of the second base, right, I could potentially take the Joseph tenders and put that hot oil on it. And I'll tell you how you stated the flavor profile of the oil itself, I would not feel like it would color the sweet or the cinnamon to a point where it would be a poor flavor choice, right?
No.
I personally think if they mixed the hot and the Joseph seasoning, it would be quite honestly probably one of the greatest sweet heat profiles, like flavor profiles, that Nashville hot chicken would have. I'm just throwing it out there.
But how about what do you think of this?
Hit me.
Do you think about doing that, but doing it with a waffle? Would that be the greatest chicken and waffles ever?
Wow, Gregory. Huh. I bet. Wow, Gregory.
Because they have a waffle that we did not try.
We did not try the waffle.
So we can't speak to how good it is.
And they definitely have syrup that'll go with that waffle. Yeah.
They do. But what if it was just the hot oil instead of syrup?
But that's what I'm saying is what if the cinnamon, instead of hot honey
No. I think keep it as is. But the Joseph on top of a waffle.
The Joseph on top of a waffle with second base.
Yeah. Or with some hot oil.
Wow, Gregory.
I don't think there'd be any syrup needed.
I don't think it would be needed. And obviously, you're not drenching the waffle the way that you would with syrup. You would utilize it as a mop.
You know what my least favorite?
It would be a sweet mop.
Right. You know what my least favorite part of chicken and waffles? It's usually tenders that are just dry.
Yeah. Agreed.
But would that be the greatest chicken and waffles ever?
That might be the greatest chicken and waffles that I can think of right now.
Man, why am I just thinking of this now?
I don't know, but now I want to go back. We'll have to come back and we'll have to do an update down the road.
I mean,
what I'd like to do,
you have permission to do that without me since
okay.
you live right down the road.
It's very funny you say that because there's also another update that I want to give that I kind of went on a little sojourn, soul journey through BNA Airport, but I'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah,
remember that? So, I agree with you. I think that might be the greatest chicken and waffles, and I will update you on this. This is officially something that I'm going to do some research on because I'm going to need to. It's that good. I'm telling you.
Is that what you would order if you went back tomorrow?
Absolutely.
So above the burger.
Do you want to know exactly what I would order if I went back tomorrow?
Yes.
I would get the tender plate of the Josephs.
Okay.
I would get sliding into third.
Okay. Yeah.
A little bit hotter.
Yeah.
Right? Stealing third.
Yeah.
Right? I would get the Josephs. I would get a side of stealing third. I would get the waffle, absolutely. But I think I would get, and forgive me for saying this, I personally think that the sides, which are what we're going to talk about in a very, very, very split second, I would have to spin a wheel because I don't know if I could pick my favorite side.
Yeah.
I think to counteract everything, probably the coleslaw.
Well, my sleeper for this.
Please.
For foul play.
Please.
It's not the sandwich. Well, although it
kind of was. Yeah, it could be.
Don't sleep. Even if it's not, don't sleep on the Joseph sandwich.
Listen, the best. Don't sleep on the Joseph tenders, whether it's on a sandwich or on a plate. The Joseph tenders, do not sleep on that entree.
No.
It is worth it.
But the sleeper is the sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friends in fried poultry phenomenon of fried spicy food, do not sleep on the sides.
No. So often you hear people talk about in the Hetty B's versus Prince's debate, which is not really a debate.
Which we've talked about.
Is people say, oh, I like the sides better at Hetty B's. Listen, personal opinion, I don't know if I've ever had a hot chicken restaurant that's a hot chicken place, not that has hot chicken.
Correct. And there's a difference between the two.
Yes. That has sides as good as these.
I can 1000% agree with you.
I was blown away. So we got, as you told, coleslaw, beans, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, which I did not try, fries, and greens. Those are the sides we tried. So
the only sides that we did not try were the potato salad,
and
the
spaghetti.
okra, and the spaghetti.
Which spaghetti is that coming from a can?
We don't know.
I don't know. But after this, I want to try the spaghetti because
I think that would be my other side that I would try.
Because my initial reaction was, oh yeah, that's canned. That's canned. Of course it is. And so first, you were saying you were calling it out. You called your shot.
Hit me.
You pointed your baseball bat towards center field.
I Babe Ruthed it
and said these beans are going to be the sleeper. And you didn't know it was going to be all the sides, but the beans.
Guys, I called that before. Like, we had a call as he was driving up, and I said, Greg, I think these beans are going to knock it out of the park.
Baseball.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Sorry about that.
It's just so integrated.
I'm so inundated right now.
So the beans have ground beef in them?
Listen, okay, so I'm going to tell you.
Is that what it is?
I'm going to tell you this much right now. If you are familiar with, I'm going to say a couple different types of baked beans, just work with me. If you're familiar with Bush's has a viscosity to it that's a little bit thicker. It's almost like they use a little bit of cornstarch. I can't prove it, but it has a little bit of a thickness to it, and it's to simulate the brown sugar, right? If you go to a Texas style, it's a little bit runnier. They've got it's almost not like a vinegar to it, but it's kind of mixed, and it's a little bit thinner. This is a brown sugar.
Very dark.
Very dark. Not molasses dark, but pretty close.
I don't know. It might have some molasses.
It might have some in there. I'm going to throw this out there, and I'm just going to be honest. My guess is it's a ground beef, maybe like from some of the burger patties and like, stuff like that, right? Not in a bad way, but that same type of
like
beef.
Like Wendy's chili.
Close to it.
Without the fingers.
Yeah, ugh. Anyway, it's gonna be ground beef. Great flavor profile on that, right? I think there's some brown sugar. I think there's maybe a little bit of grape jelly because there's a little bit of sweetness to it.
Well,
right?
There's a good amount of sweetness.
There's a good amount of sweetness. Definitely brown sugar to it. And then I think, some simmering and then some kind of a base, which I'm going to leave to them because I'm going to tell you right now, it was, without a doubt, the beans were, I would not, there is not a side that we had tonight. Maybe the mac and cheese. There's not a side tonight outside of the mac and cheese that if I was doing some kind of grill thing on my Blackstone, I would not feel bad about going to get large portions of their sides and bringing them home so that we could have sides like that.
Yeah. And after trying the sides, I was actively asking you, how's the mac and cheese? Because everything else is so good. And this is not just pre-made or just bought. And you said the mac and cheese did not taste that way either.
The mac and cheese is not, so I'll tell you this much. It doesn't taste like it's a powder, which a lot of places will use powder and then add milk or milk substance or, they'll add water to it and make it consistency and thicken it up and what have you. Having worked in bigger kitchens where, large quantity of food is made regularly, I'm used to it. I've seen it. I will tell you this much. The majority of kitchens that I worked in, I was lucky enough and I was blessed enough to make good quality mac and cheese with milk, cream, half and half, sometimes cream cheese, sometimes different types of cheddars, sometimes American. But honestly, it was always some form of a good quality dairy product base. And I can tell from tasting this has a great quality base to it. This is kind of a bomb to drop myself. I'm not a big mac and cheese fan.
Whoa.
I'm not a big mac and cheese fan, which is why it's not.
You're a bean boy.
I'm a bean boy. I'm actually my number one side. What do I always get? And I always slaw. Because if I'm gonna have hot chicken,
you're a slaw sleuth.
I'm a slaw sleuth. I am sleuthing through the slosh of the slaw, and I am finding the seriousness. Guys, I'm so sorry if you have to hear this because I have a slight lisp. But I say this much. I love coleslaw. I love baked beans. Those are my two favorite sides to get at any barbecue restaurant, as long as they're made well. And I'm going to tell you right now, all of them were made so well. I did not allow anyone else to eat my side of coleslaw. I let Gregory taste some. But
I didn't know anyone else tried it.
No, dude, it was gone. I inhaled it.
It was really good.
It was kind of like the sweet potatoes.
Oh, the sweet potatoes. Yeah.
Talk to me about it, man.
First of all, there is a bias. I love sweet potato anything sweet potato. I don't care if it's pancakes, waffles, whatever it is.
Sure.
Fries, anything. Pie. So, yeah, these were just really, really solid. They there's no marshmallows on them or anything like that. It was definitely like a sweet potato casserole. Good amount of cinnamon, sweetness, all that.
Which I think worked really well with your Joseph.
Oh yeah,
I think it worked really well.
As a matter of fact, imagine this. Let me blow your mind further.
Hit me with that.
You get the Joseph tenders on top of the waffle, and you smear that waffle up with those sweet potatoes.
Are you running a marathon afterwards? What?
Would that not be good?
Don't get me wrong, it would be great, but like, to anybody who didn't know what that was, my brain was trying to process the right way to say this. Like, listen, there's food consistencies and textures that I would not be a fan of in that situation.
Why?
It
would be like okay, imagine this. You're lathering sweet potato on there like butter.
Okay, I need to move on from this. I'm going to argue this point. I don't personally think I would want. I do not think that I would want sweet potato on a waffle. And hey, I may be a weirdo for this, but that is where I'm going to draw my line. You okay?
Yeah, I just rubbed my eyes and I cut that home run tender, and I guess there's some on my hands. So,
do we need to take a second?
No, we're good. We're good. My eyes are just watering.
Okay.
And if that is any indication of what's coming,
yeah. Speaking of which, we do still have the side.
I did
chick.
wash my hands, by the way.
We do still have this side chick. So, here's what I'm gonna say.
And we do have our Fairlife milk.
We do have our Fairlife milk. So here's what I'm gonna say. Let's talk about the sleepers real quick, and then we're gonna pause. We're going to go get the side chick. We're going to go get our Fairlife milk. We're going to jump right in. Y'all listen. This might come across as a news flash here, but this is all sincere reaction.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about. So a lot of times, just so you guys know, we have like our reactions that are live while we're eating, and there's a lot of times where we just look at each other and say, "Oh, save it for the podcast." Just so a lot of this is just us talking for the first time about this. But
there were also times where Gregory would look at me and he'd be like, "Hey, I got a question for you," and or "Hey, I want to hear what you think about this," and he won't tell me. So like when we bring stuff up like this about how he actually prefers tenders over bone-in, like this is guys, this is big for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is just an exciting place because. Again, how could my expectations be high? It's in Gallatin, Tennessee. I never heard of it. I hadn't heard about it a few hours ago. I knew nothing about foul play, and so where could my expectations be? So anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into the side chick, right?
Very much so.
But all this has been really positive. It's been a real pleasure of an episode. I think the best way before we bring out the
let's just all around.
You want to do a ranking?
I want to do a ranking.
Okay.
Real quick.
For tenders or for bone-in? For both.
We're gonna do tenders, bone-in, sides.
Okay,
and sleeper. Tenders, bone-in, slides, and sleeper.
Okay.
So here's the thing. You don't have to if you don't want to go through all of them. Just to remind you, we've had number one, Prince's.
I know.
Lily's, hot stuff. Now we're here.
Yep.
Okay. Hit me with your rank on bone-in.
Bone-in is of those four. So
yes.
So number one is still Lily's.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
Number 2 is still hot stuff.
I cannot believe that at all.
Hot stuff is good chicken. It really is. Number 3. These two are really close. I'm going to tell you what edges it out, but number 3 is Prince's, and number 4 would be Foul Play for now. The reason is, so yeah, it was slightly overcooked, but as weird as this sounds, some of this, it actually comes down to the pickles.
What?
I love pickles, and I didn't mention this, but I'm pretty sure they're just using Mount Olive pickles, dill slices, and I don't know. They're okay. They're not as good as, I don't actually know where the others come from, but I don't know. Mount Olive, it's okay.
I gotta be honest with you here. If you would have put gave me $1 million and say how to do your rankings on this one, I thought it was gonna go Lily's, Foul Play, Hot Stuff, Prince's.
All 4 of those have been really good though. Still, I mean, we haven't had bad chicken.
Right, we have not had bad chicken.
Other things have varied, I think, way more than the bone-in chicken. I will say that, way more. And so, given that all 4 of these have been really enjoyable, I am gonna certain things do edge it out. I think on a good day, Prince's definitely still beats Hot Stuff. But
on a good day?
On a good day, it beats Hot Stuff. But on the day for these episodes we've had it did not beat Hot Stuff. And Hot Stuff brought out really good chicken.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm right there with you. And I think it was part of that, what was the fry technique?
The double fry.
The double fry.
As far as tenders, I'm going to say it would be Foul Play's number 1. It would be Lily's is number 2. Oh, Prince's, and then Hot Stuff. Hot Stuff's tenders were sorry. And so, and as far as the sleeper goes, that's hard. Because you're looking at the fish from Lily's versus the shrimp
from Hot Stuff.
Versus the sandwich from Prince's.
Yeah.
Versus
we're going to have to make a list here very soon, you know what I mean? Like,
honestly, that is,
I think,
or I said the sides.
Yeah.
That's what, I can't rank it. I can't, because they're each so good on their own right. And like, how do you rank these sides against? I'll say this: like, Foul Play has the best sides as far as what we've tried.
1,000%, not even a question.
As far as what we've tried, Hot Stuff is the only one that has shrimp, which I know other places do have shrimp too.
You know what? That's a great point, Gregory.
I mean, of these places,
you're spot on. Though.
I know Helen's has shrimp, and a few other places have shrimp.
But you can't compare shrimp quality to a place that doesn't even have it. That's a great point.
And to me, Lily's fish blew all these others. But Prince's doesn't even have fish.
Exactly.
And Prince's sandwich.
That was it. Are you talking about the sweet heat?
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And that's still I probably prefer that sandwich over the Joseph sandwich still, personally.
See, I think if I would do the, I'm going to do the ranking real quick. Bone in.
Yeah.
Bone in. Lily's has the best bone in in the city. Like in the scene. Thus far. On the day we went, Chef Chris Lilly, congratulations. I'm still going to say it. Now, I got to say this much. Every other category, Foul Play has won.
For you,
absolutely. No, this is not a joke.
You're more into the sides than me, so that makes
1,000%. Why? Why though? Because here's the deal: the cuisine in which you cook is focused on the main point of the plate.
Right.
For me, the cuisine that I grew up cooking, and when I went to culinary school, and when I was cooking in the kitchens, it was about the picture as a whole, not the center of it. right? So like with pizza, if the dough is not good, the sauce is not good, the cheese is not properly distributed and melted, the toppings are not proper, if you don't have the right balsamic glaze to it, and you don't have like the actual seasoned spices on it as one one item, then the whole thing does not work.
What toppings? Good pizza doesn't have toppings.
Okay. Just microwave it, it'll be fine. So the whole thing is, he doesn't like the microwave pizza. But if you look at the sides, if you look at the whole picture, every category outside of bone-in, which Chef Chris Lilly at Lily's in the farmer's market, sir, I've been back to your restaurant several times. I will continue coming back to your restaurant. It is, if I'm in town, that is where I will go. But if somebody is willing to make the drive, the best Nashville hot chicken tenders and sides and sleeper, make your way to Fowl Play. Because
Wait, is the sides and the sleeper the same thing for you? So you're saying the best sleeper for you is that Joseph?
1,000%.
Over the Prince's sandwich?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%.
Okay.
The flavor profile of that chicken, and I'm a sweet tooth person, but with the sweet heat of that chicken and even the mild sauce, there is not a comparison in my mind. That is one of my favorite dishes I've ever had in my lifetime. Thank you, Chef Grace.
It was good. Well,
so how about this? We're going to take a very split second because we need to go make sure that we get our side chick. We are going to grab a picture of the waiver we had to sign.
I have it right here if you want to do that first.
Let's go get everything together, and we're going to go get our Fairlife milk. And we're going to be ready to do this. Please sponsor us, please. And then I'm going to come back. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to do our side chick. Okay?
Perfect.
Cool. We'll see you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you for that very brief pause. I have no idea if we are going to have sponsors at any point in time, but we want to make a space for them. And so thank you for listening to my music in between. We are back. And in the audience, in the peanut gallery for this little wonderful side chick are, as we referred to them, our main chicks. So ladies and gentlemen, my wife, Jordan, we have Gregory's wonderful girlfriend, Sydney, in the audience tonight as well. They were with us whenever we got the actual orders. We went on a little bit of a double date to Fowl Play. Fowl Play? Fowl Play.
Yeah.
Fowl Play. And this is, and I'm going to say this very lightly, Gregory, this is going to suck.
Yeah, they wanted to watch this. So
yeah, this is one of those moments. Hi, ladies, how you doing? They're just waving.
Yeah.
You can say something if you want to. Just no? Okay. They're going to laugh, I guarantee it.
So Sydney's a photographer, so she took a picture of the waiver after we had signed it.
Yeah.
And when we're sitting there at the table and she asks me, "Did you read this?" And I said, "Well, no." And so I have a picture of it.
Of course I didn't read it.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter. Whatever it said, we were going to do this. So, but I'm going to go through this waiver that we signed, and it states...
And it's legal, ladies and gents, it's legal.
Well, we signed it. It says, Fowl Play Hot Chicken. This is a release of liability. Read before signing. Well, yeah. Spicy food waiver. By consuming the home run at Fowl Play Hot Chicken, I hereby accept any risks involved in eating the food, accept all liability, and will be held harmless will hold harmless this business for any injuries to my person. This release of liability includes, but is not limited to, damages or injuries incurred due to the effects of spicy food or its overconsumption. I understand that Home Run contains 4 million Scoville units.
Can you hit that number one more time for me, clean? Go ahead.
4 million Scoville units.
Just out of curiosity, what is the Reaper, Carolina Reaper?
It's like 1 million.
Yeah, 1.2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the hottest pepper on earth.
That's the hottest pepper. Well, until Pepper X,
which is not 4 million.
No, it's about 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I further acknowledge that ingesting Home Run involves risks that cannot be fully avoided due to the nature of the food and its ingredients. These risks include, but are not limited to, burns to the mouth, burning or stinging in the eyes or other body parts if I touch my person immediately after consuming the food, painful evacuation of bowels, elevated heart rate and sweating, or other physical responses to the spicy food. By signing below, I agree to waive liability for damages or injuries. Specifically, I will be liable for any and all medical costs, attorney fees, and other costs. I also assert that I am in sound physical condition for consuming Home Run and am free of heart ailments, high blood pressure, vascular issues, digestive issues, allergies, or other issues that could be exacerbated by eating Home Run. I am not under the influence of alcohol or drugs that could impair my judgment or my ability to safely eat the food. Participant signature, Alex Tinker, Gregory Gillespie.
We're idiots. Okay. So
it's gonna burn.
This is gonna suck.
So I did ask. What was
Nathan
in it?
or Chef?
I asked Chef Grace.
Okay.
And I was like, "Is this pepper X?" And she did say there is dusting of stuff and there is extract.
Oh no!
So
oh no!
So
oh no!
Both of yeah. It's not gonna be fun.
Oh no!
I'm probably gonna hiccup starting off. Hopefully I can get it to go away. Luckily I have my Fairlife milk, which is
Tell me about it.
my Fairlife chocolate milk is the same amount of sugar as normal milk, higher in protein, and their regular milk is half the amount of sugar as normal milk. So it's kind of like the cheat code
And
when it comes to chocolate milk.
Half the amount of, is it lactose? Or
Oh, it's lactose free.
It's lactose free.
Lactose free.
So to all my other fellow lactose intolerant individuals, this will not wreck your belly as much as what we're about to imbibe and ingest.
Please sponsor us, Fairlife.
Please sponsor us. We love you. I'm about to have a baby, and we're going to be able to have...
Milk is an important part of that.
It's a very big... We have 2 other Fairlife milks in our refrigerator right now. Please, just sponsor us. We love you. Also, good company, by the way. I've been following their social medias. Like, really good people. Like, they like, really good company to follow. So, anyway, okay.
I think they're owned by Coca-Cola.
That's probably why I'm a Coke guy. I'm not a Pepsi guy. You know what I mean?
You know you're not supposed to be under the influence when you eat this. That's what it said in the...
Oh, not that Coke. I haven't done that in years. I'm joking. I never did. Okay, here we go.
The influence might help, actually.
Actually, yeah, it probably would. This is eating through the table that it's on right now, Gregory.
All right, so...
Which one do you want? Do you want the one that's
There's a longer and thinner or a thicker and...
Meaner. It looks mean. Do you want the one on your left or your right? Be honest. Don't just be honest.
I'll take the one on the left.
You want the one on your left.
Yeah, because it's probably more chicken.
You want the big nasty is what you want. You want the big nasty one. The one that looks like it's purple.
They both look like they're purple.
I know, but that one is scary, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, take the one,
more chicken. Take the one on the
Okay,
left. No, I love you. That's fine.
Okay,
Do the one on the left. That's good. Okay, here we go.
You take yours.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
And just hand me the boat.
Yeah, just take
there we go.
All right.
So we're not eating the bread. We don't eat the bread.
I'm not eating the bread, but good Lord above me, just look out for my digestive tract. Thank you very much.
We do have one pickle on this.
We have one pickle on this, as we do with every every side chick. And
Oof. Smell it?
Oh, it's so bad. So bad. Oh God, this is gonna suck. Okay.
We signed for this.
We did. We literally signed up for this. Okay, Greg.
Ready?
As always, cheers. Nostrovia. See you on the
Cheers.
other side, brother. Oh, it hits quick. Greg, it hurts. Oh, God. He's got the hiccups. It's the hottest thing I've ever eaten in my lifetime. Oh! God.
I can't talk.
It's still going.
I regret the bigger one. That took way too much chewing.
It sucks.
Yes, those are tears.
Oh.
I don't think I could do 3.
Y'all are sadists.
Are the hiccups gone?
It hurts, Greg.
Yeah. What do you need? There's holy water over here.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Thank you for life.
Thank you, Fairlife. Oh, that was the worst.
Dude, I was still chewing after you were. It was long gone for you before.
It still hurts, man. It's stuck on the back of my throat.
It's on my tongue.
Oh, God, no.
For now.
Oh, gosh.
Man, I think it's coming down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just think about that chocolate cake. You burned it?
We earned it.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Ice.
Yeah.
Ice.
Ice is great. Frozen water is wonderful.
You should eat the bread.
You could not pay me.
How many tears?
A lot.
Or on my face?
Oh, a lot.
You've got sweat. I have tears.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Greg, I never do this. Can we press pause?
No.
Oh, no! You're a sadist.
He just leaned his head against the desk. You look defeated.
Okay.
It's coming down. For you?
It still hurts. It hurts so bad.
This is about on par with Lily's for me.
You have got to be kidding me.
Kill it. Yeah. Lily's hurt, man.
I know Lily's hurt. Not that bad. Nothing in my human existence that I've ever eaten has hurt me as bad as what I just ate.
None of the emotional wounds.
Greg, that sucked.
Your eyes are puffy. His eyes are swollen.
Oh, God, I love you so much. Oh, thank you. Sydney, you're amazing. Thank you.
Look, his eyes are puffy.
Wet wipes, y'all.
Look at him. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
I think it's on par with Lily's.
You're insane. There is no way. Oh, my God, I want to... If this just did not incapacitate me, I would slap you. There's no way.
You ate half.
I know I ate half.
Imagine eating 3. Someone did it. Someone did it.
May God have mercy on their soul. I want to...
Is it coming down for you?
Yeah, a little bit, but like, gosh, man. Wow.
Do you feel like you just tripped?
Dude, not a joke. The entire front half of my face is on fire right now.
You're puffy. You are puffy and swollen.
That hurt. I'm okay, but like...
How's it going to hurt later?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Hot Chicks Podcast. I'm joking. Okay, so let's wrap this up, though. As a hot...
Did you enjoy the chicken?
The tender was amazing, of course. I mean, not even a question. It was outstanding.
I had to chew so much.
Dude.
Because it was the big tender. Like, that was 2 bites for me and 2 big bites. And so, it was already down for you, and you were suffering, and I was still chewing.
I gotta tell you.
I realized I had to not breathe while I was chewing. Otherwise, it could have gotten worse. It's still going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still going, Greg. Yeah, it's still going.
You're all puffy.
I am not having fun with this right now. Oh, my God.
He's all puffy. Look at him. You ever seen his
that-
eyes like that?
I will say, even though that was the hottest, absolute hottest thing I've ever eaten in my existence, the tender was fantastic. The quality, it's been
And chased down by this Fairlife milk.
Can we give it up for Fairlife milk, ladies and gentlemen? The only reason I am not dead on the ground. Not a joke. Not a joke. I will never sign a waiver again.
We might have to.
No. I'm remembering this for the rest of my existence. I did it once.
Do you feel like you just hit a home run? Man, you don't look right.
Hold on. You know that moment on Hot Ones when Key and Peele were on and Jordan Peele was just disassociating because he was sweating so bad and he forgot where he was? And so the host looks over and is like, "Are you doing okay?" And he's like, "I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good." That's where I am right now. Is I am in just...
Your eyes do not look attached to your soul.
Gregory, they're not. Do you know what is going on in my body right now? How bad do I look? I'm going to take a selfie and I'm going to post this afterwards. Hold on.
Take your glasses off.
Are they that bad? Hold on. Oh my God. I look like I'm sunburned.
You're like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That was uncalled for, sir.
You're puffy.
Yeah. I get it. I don't get out often. Oh, my eye itches and I can't touch it right now.
There's the wet wipes.
I've been using them, but oh. To all of my friends out there, Prince's, the Reaper, right? The
Those triple X.
No. The Reaper was not in when we had it.
Oh,
Death was not in.
Right, Death was not there.
Right. The day we got Prince's was
at the Nolans location.
Nothing compared to what we just ate. The Reaper at Lily's, close. Nothing like this.
I don't know. It was about the same for me.
You're insane, sir. You are insane.
I don't look like you right now, though.
That was the hottest thing I've ever eaten in my existence. Okay? And there's a place called Quaker Steak and Lube where you have to sign the waiver.
I've heard about the lube.
Atomic, right? Okay? I'm telling you right now, this is hotter than that. I'm telling everybody I know, it's the hottest thing I've ever eaten in my lifetime. Flavor, yes, the flavor is there. It actually tasted very good. It was good while I could breathe. But
see, I couldn't breathe.
I know you couldn't.
I had to chew. I couldn't breathe. If I breathed, it would have just been, well, yeah. I would have lost that legal battle.
I will say this much. Chef Grace and Chef Nathan.
She didn't show us much grace.
There was Chef Grace. That was one of the hottest things I've ever eaten in my life, if not the hottest. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You killed him.
I'm done, guys. That's all I got.
We got chocolate cake.
We got chocolate cake. I you know what I want? I want to go get into an ice cold shower and just pray that this heat wave that's currently on my face goes outward and leaves my body.
You will probably wake up.
Oh, I'm definitely sleeping in the bathroom tonight. Like, I will take a pillow and a blanket. I am not coming out, and I will pray that the demons are exorcised from my body halfway through the night.
Because of the home run.
Oh, God. Yes. And the holy water will be there as well.
All right.
Okay, so...
Well, what else is there to say?
Actually, I do have two housekeeping pieces real quickly. Do we talk about my trip to the airport, Prince's now, or in the next episode? Please say the next episode.
Next episode.
Thank you. I do want to let everybody know we have an email. If you want to send us an email.
He won't be checking it tonight.
Not tonight, y'all. I'm going to cry. Let me actually pull this up so I can remember what it is while my face...
Alex, you look terrible.
Dude, I feel bad.
How do I look? Do I look...
You're so handsome, it angers me.
I cried.
I know you cried, but you look so good right now. You look like you are the strongest man in the world, and if that made you cry, that means you have a sensitive side, too.
If I'm strong, it's partially helped by the protein in that Fairlife milk.
And the lack of sugars that it has as opposed to other processed milks. May we also tell you that the chocolate milk is one of...
Scrumptious.
Oh, it's absolutely scrumptious. Gosh, man, we're idiots. So, I do want to just make sure...
What's the email, Alex?
I'm getting there, man. I'm trying. Do you know how hard it is to focus right now? Hot Chicks Podcast at gmail.com. So it's
You had to look that up?
Yes, I did. I didn't know if it was at Hot Chicks Pod at gmail.com.
Okay.
Hot Chicks Podcast at gmail.com. HOTCHIX Podcast PODCAST at gmail, like googlemail.com. If you have an email, if you have a story, this is something I wanted to include. I want to call it something along the lines of like your listener tales kind of situation. Tell us about it. Tell us about where you had hot chicken in your area. Tell us about the flavor profile, some wins, some losses, maybe some sleepers.
Uh-oh.
Guys, this is coming back, round 2. Oh, man. It's a grand slam, y'all. It's great. It's not a home run. It's a grand slam. Oh, gosh.
All right, we need to close this out.
We need to close this out. Go ahead. Give us a call. No, give us a call. Send me an email. Guys, I'm having a hard time. Okay. So we went through everything. We went through the sleepers. We went through Fairlife. I would very much just like to say, when it comes to side chicks, that my side chick is hotter in that one. That is the hottest side chick I've ever had in my lifetime. Is horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just
it's up there with Lily's.
It's up there with. You're an idiot if you think Lily's is hotter. It's
Lily's
not
was
even
hot,
a possible.
man.
It's not even a possibility. It's no. Oh gosh, no. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I think it's time to close. What do you think, Greg? We good?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Well, friends, folks, fellow poultry fanatics, be safe. Keep it. Well, actually, hold on. Foul play. What was the tagline we came up with? They ain't playing around.
Yeah.
They are most definitely not playing around.
Yeah.
They are not playing around, especially that home run. They are not playing around. So, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Foul Play, Gallatin, Tennessee. They are not playing around. Well done, Chef Grace. Well done, Chef Nathan, and the whole family. Fantastic flavors, amazing sides and sleepers. Don't sleep on those sides. Check out, was it Jonathan's? Was the Joseph's? Joseph's tenders, guys. My brain is fried, much like my esophagus.
You go.
Check out the Joseph preparation. Get the waffle. I'm going to do that this week. Most importantly, though, friends, folks, and fellow poultry fanatics, be safe. Keep it spicy, and as always,
Just wing it.
You feel it too.